My name is Dunay Mahmudova. You can just call me Dunay. I study at school number 61, 8th grade. Today our topic will be about bullying. First, we will talk about what is bullying. There are two ways of bullying. It is physical bullying and psychological bullying. Physical bullying when you hurt or beat someone, and psychological bullying when you say someone bad words and this person, victim, could have a mental trauma in this case. Bullying, of course, is a social problem. It could be used, used in many countries. It could be used at schools, universities, courses, and groups. Everywhere we can see this situation. Victims of bullying could be students, children, teachers, adults, even old people. Maybe now it is interesting for you how it could be even old people. Could have bullying, could be bullied. We will talk about it. Bullying could be created from the children, adults, teachers, students, old people, even from the parents. Yes, it is also interesting situation. We know that parents love their children, and in this case, how they could bully their own children if they love them, but the case is not in this. We'll talk not about parents that bully their children, but about teachers that bully their students. Okay. Then I want if you want to talk something what you know about bullying by teachers. We saw that there is no age difference who could be bullied. Could be bullied little child, however, even old person. We talked just a little about what is bullying. Now, can you say, please, where is the problem if teachers love their students, if teachers, we saw there are many versions where teachers don't want to bully the students. If teachers want to improve their students, if they want teachers to teach them the right way of doing something, where is the problem? Why teachers bully their students? Do you know any? If you know any ideas, if you have any ideas, you can, of course, talk. Okay. Yes, the answer like this. Teachers create bullying reluctantly. It means that they don't want do bullying. They don't want ever that their children will have their students will have mental trauma. They don't want, but there are many versions where teachers don't want to bully their students, but they do it because they think that it is the best way of teaching them what they should to do, what they must do. And they think that it is right, and they don't do anything wrong. There are many versions when teachers bully their students. There are many situations where teacher reluctantly bullies. the students. Of course, teacher loves his students, but he does it reluctantly. But we haven't more time to talk about all of them. That's why I will talk about three versions with you, about three versions. We saw that many ways victims, aggressors of bullying. Our first version is when teacher doesn't introduce the new student to the class. We see in the first version bad results. In this case, results will be this other students admit this newcomer as a step person, like a step sister, step brother. In this case, other children can't let him to be with them friends, and teachers can't ever imagine that what she did, that she allowed bullying to appear, to improve in this class to this newcomer. Children start to think that a newcomer occupied as their class. He is not and can't be a person like them. Why? Because don't introducing like saying you can't be with them friends, but introducing like saying you are friends, you are like them, they are like you. Be friends forever. And it is you think that it's not necessary problem. Don't introduce, but it is really then necessary to introduce, and very important problem. And we will see now the second case. In this case, when teacher thinks that the newcomer has problems and can't find a common language with others. In this case, results will be like this. Very bad, of course, in this case, results too. Teacher starts to shout to the newcomer, and other children feel themselves right and very happy. In this case, of course, children will be very happy, like in other situations that we know in bullying. And they are doing they are doing everything well. They will think that they are doing everything well. When teachers think that this child has problems, has mental trauma, and starts to shout to these children. It's not fair, of course, it's not fair. Other children think that if the teacher starts to shout to this child, it means that we did it well and we are good, they will be very happy. And students think that if like I said, if teachers think that it is the right way, why we shouldn't think like her. Teacher thinks that newcomer has psychological problems, mental trauma. Newcomer, in this case, self-confidence. Newcomer loves self-confidence. Doing everything, and in this case, teacher, of course, agree with these children that bully a newcomer. Teacher isn't right in this situation, of course, like I said, and she makes students to think that they are doing well. And there is a book in this topic from Charlene Jackson, its author. Teachers just don't understand bullying hurts. You can read this book to have more information about this topic. The third version, let's look to the third version. What's the problem in this third version? In this version, students see that when teacher ignores and doesn't pay attention to the bullying that do others to the student, in this situation, students see that nobody stops them. They continue to hit the victim more than they were. They start to be proud of themselves and see that nobody doesn't do something. They do physical and psychological bullying more and more, of course, from time and time. They are very happy in these results, in other results too. children in this case will be very happy. Victim bad results, of course, like in other situations. Victim starts to have mental trauma or have physical bullying or psychological bullying. And now I have a question for you. Did you see or live one of these situations? If you lived one of this situation or saw one of this situation, you can write in the chat below. Share your ideas with others. And in this case, we will know your experience about in this topic. For example, I really lived bullying, and it was first version. First version. Teacher didn't introduce me to the class, and it was like I said. You are not like them, and other students thought that like I occupied their lands. Oh, Surah, very good. She says that I had experience about my height, for example. Okay, if you want to talk about your experience, of course you can.
I would like. You know, I've changed a lot of new places, and that's why I had a lot of new classes where I should express myself, get a new high marks, for example. And each time it was hard to me to get that level. And when I grew up, sometimes I got this bullying about, you know, how small you are, or you're cute, but you are so small, something like this. I think that's the kind of bullying. Yeah, and I would like to ask you actually that how did you express yourself when you got bullying, when someone bullied you? How does this?
Of course, it was not good for me, and I was not happy in this case, of course, like other victims. I said to my teacher, and 2 years it was, these children bullied me when I was talking to lesson. When I talked to lesson, they said that, oh, you can't talk this, or sit down, you can't do this, and it was very bad for me. Of course, I said to my teacher, she tried to help me to solve the problem. And my mother, of course, first my mother went there to the school and said the problem, and now it is not like this, and now we are friends, of course.
Even your mommy fight it also.
Yes, I feel myself not like
comfortable now.
Yes, and very comfortable, not happy.
Do you think that when children get some bullying things, their parents should go to school, or how should this happen for you?
I think that being parents in this situation is very necessary, because parents should be friend to his children and not think what does he live, what did be at school, what did he live today at school. And for example, I every day said to my mom what I had, what problems I had, and in this case parents too shouldn't ignore.
Right.
Yes, of course,
like your mommy.
Yes, like
thanks to her.
Yes, and when parents ignores this
Problem
Yes,
exaggerates.
of course. This child doesn't know to whom he will say his problems, to whom.
To whom address.
Yes.
To whom address. Teacher can't help, parent can't help, and it is very bad situation, I think. That's why, and parents and children should be friends.
work together, yes.
Should be friends.
Parents are first helpers.
Yes. So we need to go to parents or someone else to get help, right? Not to keep it in ourselves, not to be silent, right?
Yes, of course. In this situation, child can can, for example, lose its self-confidence.
Yes.
We should share our problems with our parents. And
Thank you. Thank you.
Dunay, I also would like to support your idea about how parents they should support their children and to know what's happening in her or his life. I remember from my experience when my son, he was in first grade, one day he came and he shared with me about his teacher behavior, where his teacher started to insult other children in inappropriate words. And next day I went to school and I spoke with the teacher that why you are doing, and her answer was, I didn't tell anything to your child, it's somebody else. But I said that it doesn't mean you are talking in the class, in front of the other children, so you should stop insult other children. It doesn't matter this is my son or somebody else, but you should communicate in different way with children. And after that I spoke with director and I informed him also about this situation. And after some period I was asking every time that how the situation, is there any changes or it is still same? And he was telling that when our teacher is angry, she wanted to tell something, but somehow she keep herself and she was just looking my son and she was telling that, okay. So she was trying to do something else and she never, insult and talk with in aggressive way. So she stopped her behavior after this because she knows that and I spoke with all children at the classroom and I said that if you observe anything from your teacher, please tell your parents. Don't keep it, don't stop, don't be afraid. So my suggestion is that it's really good when parents are always interested with her children and to know what's happening in their life.
Yes. That was a good case. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Teacher else should be friends with them. First, you can say about the problem to the teacher. I did like this, but I saw that teacher couldn't help. Teacher ignored me, and is in this situation appears the second version. Like I said, in the second version, teacher thinks that this child has mental trauma, and my teachers thought that I have mental trauma. I can't find common language with others. That's why I am not like them. And they ever wanted, and she offered to me to go to the psychologist, that you must go to psychologist, you have problems. Of course, I was very sad in this situation, and I saw that teacher couldn't help me. I said like in this situation to my mother, she talked and she gave me motivation, and she explained me that you do well, but if these children can't be with you friends, it's not your problem. It is their problem if they can't see yourself with them friends.
Yes.
Of course, and then my teacher my parent mother went there and learned the situation and talked with a teacher. Okay, let's look to the other station. It's over our stations. We had 3 situations, but there are of course many situations many versions when teacher could appear or improve bullying in the class, but we don't have more time to talk all of them. In this slide, I offer you to stop bullying. Are there teachers in our webinar? Because the next slide actually generally for the teachers, but first we will talk about how we can, okay, we are student or we are a doctor, we are not a teacher, we are a businessman, how we can stop bullying if we will see somebody that bully someone. What should we do? First, I will say my ideas, then I want listen to your ideas in this topic. First, I think that is my ideas. I think that first, when you see that someone is bullying someone, don't shout, of course. It means that you bully this person too. Explain them that it is a bad way to do like this, and don't ignore, of course. Take an action. It is first you should do in this situation. If you are a child, you are a student, of course, if you will say somebody bullying someone, and to take an action in this, explain them that don't do like this, the children will ignore you because you are a child like them. You are a child. I think that, for example, I could say to my teacher, to my mother, or to someone older them in this situation that these people could help me. The other be an example to the others. Of course, if you will not bully someone, other children will look at you, or other people will look at you and be like you. Think that yes, of course, it's really bad, and every time, everywhere, our device, be a good person. So we could stop bullying if we will be together. We must be a good person, be together. Okay, now I want to listen to your ideas. Sura Azizli says, what if the child is so shy that he or she cannot imagine to say it to adults? Oh, yeah, if bullied child, you mean bullied child, of course. If a bullied child, very shy and I can't say it's his problem to the teacher. Of course, in this situation, like I said, this child will have, the bullying will improve and improve, and it will not have ending. This child will have mental trauma. That's why we parents should how to say, should say to talk with their child, to be like I said, to be like this, that with their child, that they should talk with their child, that don't shy from me, I'm your parent, I should know, of course I must know, like every every your problem. And these children, if we'll say to other childs, the problem will not disappear, of course. But if yes, you want
That's
to say
a good point. You said if we will tell to other children, like other classmates, can our classmates help us, or can the classmates help the bullied children? Let's say if the children is bullied from someone in the class, but the other children, can they help? Could they help him?
if the other classmates, I think like this, that is, if the other classmates' ideas are the same with ideas of these bullied children, these children will ignore or bully this person that you are not right, they do well.
Okay.
But if there is a friend of this child, he can, I think that, say to his friend about this problem, and he can
help somehow.
no, not
right.
help, but give them motivations that helps them to say the problem. But first, of course, in every situation, we must say it to our parents. Parents are our must be our first friends.
Thank you.
Thank you too for your question. It's a very good question. Yes, if you don't have any ideas about how we can stop bullying or questions to me, we can continue. Okay. Yes, then in this situation, in other situation, we will see how teachers could stop bullying. Now let's talk how teachers could stop bullying. Do you have any ideas? I want to hear your ideas, listen to your ideas. How teachers can stop bullying to their children? Then I will say my ideas. Oh, sorry.
Can you please repeat the question?
Of course, just a minute. I said, if you know any ideas how teachers can stop bullying to the children, you can share your ideas with ourselves or your experience. Do you have any ideas, answers to this question? How teachers can stop bullying? If you want to talk, you can, of course.
Yes, I would like to talk. I think teachers should be very attentive to each student in the class, and she should be intuitive and also analytical to see what happens, how children deal with each other, how they spoke to each other, when bullying happening, when someone talking something and the other stops him or yelling at him, she should be attentive and try to deal with this. She could, and she should also research about it, how to deal, or she also should talk to other teachers to know how they handle with these situations. Maybe she had something wrong, maybe she could improve herself. So all the time she should do some research, and also she should ask from others to be more attentive, and also to know how to handle new situations, because children grows, and very interestingly they know they are not the children as it was previously in previous generations. They're new, and they have new problems, new situations, and we and teachers should know how to handle with new situations, I think. Thank you.
Thank you too for your ideas. I support you. You have very good ideas, of course. But I think like you, and I think that the teacher first should be psychologist. Because just to look, teacher should just look and know what is this child's problems. Just look and know what is its problems. This child, what has this child? I think like this, and then we will see all the my ideas. First, don't ignore, of course. Explain them that don't do this. Then pay attention when someone bullies. It is, of course, very important too, and like I said, teacher should be friends with children and talk with them, teach them to be friends, do with them activities on this topic. Yes, it could improve. It will improve children to be friends with themselves. Try to solve the problem. Pay attention to the problems. And don't think that they are children. Yes, some teachers think that, oh, they are children. They will grow and forget what it was. But it is not like this. Mental trauma, psychological trauma will ever see this child, will ever be in this child, like her, will ever grow there. Help them to solve the problem. Don't ignore child's thoughts. Yes, it is very important too. We mustn't ignore child's thoughts. Listen to them and help them to solve the problem. Now I want to watch a video. This video about anti-bullying top tips for teachers. In this video will be other extra ideas. Let's watch. Just a minute. Now. Now, do you see? Okay.
Dealing with bullying can be one of the toughest challenges a teacher faces. We asked young people who have experienced bullying for their top tips on the subject. This is what they told us. 1. If you see bullying or possible bullying going on, don't ignore it. Take action. 2. Bullying is bullying wherever it takes place. Don't look the other way just because it happens off school grounds. 3. Don't just tell the person you will deal with it. Explain what you are going to do and check the pupil is happy with this approach. 4. Give the pupils ownership of their behaviour. Ask the class to come up with their own ground rules covering how they should behave towards each other. And let them choose who they tell about their bullying. All staff should have an understanding of how to deal with bullying. 5. Don't forget about a bullying incident as soon as it's resolved. Keep an eye on all pupils involved and watch out for any negative behaviour. And remember, bullying can have many long-term effects on a young person's physical and mental health. Remember, they may need more emotional support than you first realise. 6. Practice what you preach. It's really important that school staff demonstrate good behaviour. Tackling bullying isn't easy, but young people tell us that the right approaches make a huge difference to their lives.
Okay. Do you see? Yes. Now, we ended the video. I think it was useful for you. Now I will just a minute. I will stop the demonstration. Oh, do you see now? Yes. So true. Yes. Now we will. Now, we ended our presentation. We saw ideas in this video, extra ideas, how we can stop bullying. That we shouldn't, of course, don't ignore child's thoughts. And at the end, for a minute, I want to say that our extra don't ignore to support wrong side. First, research who is wrong, then be fair, justice, and explain them. And it is a very important problem too. And some teachers think that this child has mental trauma, like in second version, I say second situation. This child has mental trauma. That's why this child couldn't have common language with others, and this teacher starts to support wrong side, the side of the child who bullied. And first, research who is wrong, who is right, then be fair, and don't shout, explain them, don't support wrong side, then research, then take a decision, decide. And now thanks for your listening. It was the end, and I did my best for being the presentation good. If its topic was useful for you, I'm very happy. Okay, thanks for your attention. See you in next other presentations. Goodbye.